A warm welcome to the show. Our guest tonight is Monika Drożyńska, an artist whose work moves between embroidery, public space, and socially engaged practice. Praised by critics, but fined by the Polish Railway for her artistic interventions, she's not one to do things halfway. Monika, welcome to the show. Delighted to have you with us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So your work is very diverse, but there's a common thread of social engagement running through it. Do you think that art should have a purpose? It should get involved, so to speak?
Well, it's hard to say that art is allowed for something or has to be for something, but my art is definitely addressed to be a social engage and to have this common thread.
So let's zoom in on your latest project, which is HEALL, or HEALL, or all of it in Krakow. Can you tell us more about this?
Yes, my latest project is HEALL. This is word who I create, and this word is the base for it is HEALL, and this HEALL has been divided in parts thanks to letter A. This letter A jump into the HEALL and change it for HEALL all.
Is it about the Holocaust?
Well, no, it's about the war in general, not only about the Holocaust. I guess that you are talking about the Holocaust because of the specific area where yes. It has been placed. But no, it's not about the Holocaust. It's about the wars we are in the way we are used to them, and there are so many of wars at the moment that one is hidden by another. I would say that the main character is this letter A, who has so many meanings, that this A is like the new beginning, a start. So the letter A in HEALL is like the new opening for the new world.
Your work often happens outside. So what happens when art leaves the gallery?
Well, I think that this is most interesting for art, when the art leaves gallery, because it's not in this sphere of being in the part of this museum gallery space. When you're meeting art in the public space, it's like a part of everyday life. So it means that you are on your way to the grocery store, or you're walking your dog, and then you meet the art as you can meet your dog popping. So, and I like this moment when the art becomes part of everyday life.
So let's talk about another one of your projects, your embroidery in trains.
Yes.
Brought you widespread recognition, but also actually brought you some legal trouble. So can you tell us more about this project?
I'm interested in the textile in the public space, and to be honest, there is not so many of them because there is a lack of tablecloth or napkins or curtains. Somehow they are gone, and I found the textile in the public space in trains. So for many years I have been embroidering poetry quotes or some activist guests on this textile, and that brought me to the court case.
But what was the goal? To get people to think, perhaps, while they're sitting there?
Well, the goal was bring the art to the public space, and this is the public space, and this is the space. The train is the space. The train is the space when this textile they still exist, and they are very democratic, because of course you can find a tablecloth in restaurant, but this is not a democratic sphere, because this is a space when you can walk in with the budget. So that was the goal, to separate the embroidery from the textile itself, so the embroidery and the art object is not an object, but it's the gesture of bringing this embroidery gesture to the public space. Embroidery doesn't belong to the public space. Now for me, like continuation of the embroidery in the trains is the embroidering on the people itself. So when people are asking me or I ask them, can I embroider on your clothes? So this is also this moment when the art is not the object, is not the gallery piece, is not a part of commercial market, but it's this moment when the art become this intimacy sphere based on trust, because we have to trust each other that somebody is allowed me to embroidery on their clothes. So this is also the public space, that the people are having the art on themselves.
And it's happening then and there. So there's an element of performance art to it as well.
Yes, definitely. So the textile and embroidery is not is a gesture, is the relation between people, not the art piece. But at the very end of this meeting and this relation, it become an art piece, walking on the street with the people. It's like art meant to be given to the people.
Because you use embroidery, some critics have described your work as part of women's art. Do you agree with this statement? How does it make you feel?
To be honest, I don't, because of the recent research what I'm in. I found the embroidery being a part of a very privileged part of the society, because on the very beginning art has been affordable by the church and the king and queens, because it was so expensive. And the feminine part of it, that was this moment when the unknown nuns has been embroidering for those churches, queens and kings. So to me, I feel that I stole this privileged, expensive method to make this significant act in the public space, which is addressed to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And through your work, you also explore language. What does the use of, language here in Poland tell you about the Polish society?
Well, I consider myself also as a poet or writer, but my tool is embroidery, and I place this embroidery between these private handwritten letters for your family in the morning, or like grocery shop list, and between this language, this word, the thoughts which are printed. And this is this privileged writing. So my writing is between two of those. So it is everything what is in the middle, what is unhearable, what the feeling, situation, history, which has no name. And I name it, and I write it down using embroidery writing.
If I may, I wanted to ask you quite a personal question, because on some projects you cooperated with your son.
Yes.
And I was wondering, what made you make that decision? Do kids have a different sensibility? What were the motivations behind it?
I think that the kids has the biggest ability to be creative in the way that they have a joy while doing things, while doing stuff, while drawing, painting, and so on. So I think that somehow I wanted to learn from my son how he treats this drawing, this painting, this sculpturing, because this is that's sort of my roots and my goal, to go back somehow to these days, to this age, when I could experience making art for joy, for pleasure, not for with this moment which is not so full of intellectual background. So I think that somehow I can say that I used my son to go back to this moment when the art has been a joy to me. And we've been doing this art together. So, and I think that the art is this great tool. To me, art is a joy. And when I'm when I experience, when I'm in the act of making art with other person and my son as my beloved person, so we got like twice much of this joy. So I think that has been a goal, but also all those arts what we made together is kind of memoir of our life. So this work is from 2013. This work is 2015. So this is the documentation of our time being together. So that's how I treat this relation in art with my son.
There's one more project I wanted to ask you about, which is the tower block from 20 years ago. Why was that one so significant for you?
I think that, as one great artist said, that in art, dream might come true. So to me, this project was about the dreams come true, because I've been born and raised in the mountains area, Nowy Sącz and Gorlice, and this is my beloved Polish land. My grandmother used to live in Krakow, and we were traveling from Gorlice to Krakow, and always from this Wieliczka side that has been so many block houses. And to me, I wanted to, as a kid, I wanted to jump into each of those houses, each of these flats, and check who are you? What is your goal in life? What is your joy of your life? And when I graduated from Academy of Fine Art, I thought that this is this moment when I can have my dreams come true, and that's why I jump into one of the block houses, and I make like a portrait of the people living there.
It took some perseverance, definitely. Monika, before we go, we've already discussed your project in Krakow next to the Schindler's factory, the HEALL project, but Venice Biennale is coming up and you're planning to attend. So what are you prepping for this one?
Well, to me, this Venice Biennale is this moment when I ask myself what is really about, and this is the question of should I go there, and I'm asking myself this question because Russia and Israel is involved, and to me, as a person who is so anti-war. I can't stand somehow that the war has this, how to say it, legitimization with art, with contemporary art. The tool what I love, the tool what I think can change so many point of views, and it's such a, to me, I don't even know how I can describe it. That this is this moment when it's somehow that for some people it's worth it to involve Russia and Israel in these pavilions. I think that I'm gonna make some artistic gesture because this is how I react for reality somehow, and it helps me to stand the things what I can stand. So hopefully I'm going to be strong enough to pursue my idea there.
Of course. Fingers crossed then. Monika Drożyńska, thank you so very much for joining us. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for watching POC of Culture. Please stay tuned for more here on TVP World.